30 of chapter 6. Sukhamatyantikam yattat buddhigrahyamatīndriyam veti yatra na chaivayam stitaschalati tattvataha yam labdhva cha param labham manyate nadhikam tataha yasmin sthito na dukkhena gurunapi vichalyate tam vidya dukkha samyoga viyogam yoga sanghitam sanishchayena yoktavyaha yogo nirvinna chetasa sankalpa prabhavan kaman tyakva sadvana sheshataha manasaivendriya gramam viniyam yasamantataha shanai shanai ruparamet buddhya dhriti grihitaya atma samstham manakritva na kinchidapi chintayet yato yato nischarati manaschanchalamastiram tatastato niyam yaitat atmanyeva vasham nayet prashantamanasam henam yoginam sukhamuttamam upaiti shantarajasam brahma bhutama kalmasham yunjannevam sadatmanam yogi vigata kalmashaha sukhena brahma samsparsham atyantam sukhamashnute sarvabhutastamatmanam sarvabhutani chatmani Ishate yoga yuktatma sarvatra samadarshanaha yo mam pashyati sarvatra sarvam chamayi pashyati tasyaham na pranashyami sachame na pranashyati.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Mavit Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Oh. Notification wherever. This meeting is being recorded. By continuing to be in the meeting, you are consenting to be recorded. Oh, consent kudukalana, I have to leave the meeting. Oh. நான் என்ன பண்ணணும், கண்டினியூ பண்ணணுமா? verse number 25 வாட்டி படிங்க.
Shanai shanai ruparamet बुद्ध्या धृतिगृहीतया आत्मसंस्थं मनः कृत्वा न किञ्चिदपि चिन्तयेत् शनैः शनैरुपरमेत् बुद्ध्या धृतिगृहीतया आत्मसंस्थं मनः कृत्वा न किञ्चिदपि चिन्तयेत्.
Little by little, let him withdraw by the intellect held firm. Having established the mind in the self, let him not think of anything else. Little by little, let him withdraw by the intellect held firm. Having established the mind in the self, let him not think of anything else. We are continuing from verse 25 last week. We discussed this Shanaihi little bit. Now we will discuss withdraw by the intellect held firm. Buddhi, Dhriti, Grihitaya. It is the Buddhi that has to do the work. Why it is the Buddhi that has to do the work? Refer chapter 3, verse 42. Indriyani paranyahuhu indriyebhya parammanah manasastu parabuddhehe yo buddhehe paratastu saha. Where the hierarchy is clearly established. The senses are there. Greater than the senses is the mind. Greater than the mind is the intellect. Greater than the intellect is he. It means the intellect has to pluck the thoughts from the mind and the senses and keep it on the self. And when it does it, it has to keep it firm. Dhriti. Buddhi. Dhriti. Grihitaya. Dhriti means firmness. Dhriti means consistency. Consistency implies courage. Consistency implies courage. Dhairyam. How do you say consistency implies courage? The capacity to say no is that which keeps the consistency going. Consistency comes when you have the capacity to say no. And the capacity to say no is the dhairyam. Because mind keeps saying yes, yes, yes. Very difficult is to say no. Just once, sir. For the sake of the family, I just said yes once. For the sake of the friend, I said yes once. For the sake of the wife, I said yes once. For the sake of the children, I said yes once. For the sake of the grandchildren, I said yes once. It will never say no. So, what is Dhriti? Keeping the intellect held firm. And firmness is the capacity to say no. You have chosen something to do. The moment you choose something to do, what happens? First thing, Vigna comes, obstacles comes. Any action, any endeavor, any path, what is the first thing that you face? Obstacles. That's why in the culture, we worship Vigneshwara, Vigna Ishwara. Why? Because part of an action is obstacle. And that obstacle should not take away. You can't get frightened of the obstacle and drop the action. You can't get frightened of the obstacle and stop the action. You have to keep moving. First thing that happens is the obstacles. Obstacles externally, obstacles internally. There is an external obstacle and then there is an internal obstacle. That's why in the invocatory prayer also we say Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. to take care of the obstacles, vigna, all obstacles. Second thing is anxiety comes. The moment you take something, what happens? Obstacles comes. Okay, you manage the obstacle and you continue in the path. What happens? Anxiety comes. What is the anxiety? Will I get it? How soon will I get it? Anxiety about the result comes. Anxiety about the result comes. Okay, you manage that also, you get the result, fear comes. Dhriti is managing all this. You manage the vigna, you manage the anxiety, you manage the fear and held firm. Why? Because it is the mind that gets disillusioned at an obstacle. And you can't simply say cross over, cross over, cross over. That is more irritating. That is more irritating to say. It's like the person who's getting angry. Tell him don't get. You tell him don't get angry. The advice that you give, don't get angry, makes him more angrier. Therefore, what is it? The intellect understands. What is the understanding? Any endeavor you start, obstacles exist. Obstacles will come. It's a statement of fact. It's not it's a statement of, are you able to follow? So dhriti means firmness. Firmness in what? Firmness in handling the obstacles, firmness in handling the anxiety, firmness in handling the fear. Temptations come, distractions come. One is an obstacle, another is a distraction, temptation. And you have to say no. The most difficult thing in these four is to say no to the temptations, distractions. To say no is more difficult. That's why we say consistency comes with dhairyam. It is firmness. Dhriti means consistency. When can you be consistent? More no you say, more consistent you are. Your consistency is determined by what? By doing the same thing again and again. Huh? That is not consistency. Something is distracting you. And you are able to say no to those distractions and continue to do what you ought to do. That capacity is called dhriti. This dhriti you practice little by little. This dhriti you practice shanaihi, little by little, gradually. Little by little means gradually. Gradually, buddhi, dhriti grihitaya, then comes uparamet. Let him withdraw. Let him withdraw. From what are you going to withdraw now? The senses rushes towards the sense objects. You say? No. You say? No. You bring it back. You say? No. Bring it back. Okay. You shut the senses. You go into a room, lock yourself up in the room. The senses are not fed by anything. But then what the mind do? What does the mind do? It will go into the past and future. Mind will go into the past and future. So either you keep catering to the senses, mind is quiet, or you deny the senses, You practice sense control, what the mind does, it will start creating ripples of thoughts all by itself. Both takes the concentration away. Both takes the concentration away, and when you are not concentrating, absorption or whatever be it doesn't happen. Therefore, withdrawal means what? The senses not to rush behind the respective sense objects, the mind not going to the past and the future. That is withdrawal. How can you do that? Mind by itself cannot do that. Senses by itself cannot do that. It is a strong intellect that can do that. And how does the intellect become strong? By practicing this little by little. That's what I said last week also. To lift the weight, you need muscles. Muscles itself becomes strong only by lifting the weight. Yeah. What do you do? Shanaihi, shanaihi. Little by little by little, little by little. Beautiful verse. Because very important verses, 25, and then in 26 is going to give the definition of the mind. All the description of the mind is taken from this chapter. What all we talk about the mind, you can find in this chapter. So before getting into those definitions, he is preparing it so beautifully. What is he saying? Shanaihi, shanaihi, uparamet. Uparamet is what we call as uparati. If you remember the diagram, I'm sure most of you will be familiar with the diagram. The three roads, karma, bhakti, jnana yoga, the three roads leading to uparati, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. You know that. The three roads, karma, bhakti, jnana, the three roads leading to uparati, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. For those who don't know the diagram, I should have prepared the diagram. I should have told Venkat before the class itself. Otherwise, you would have shown the diagram. Next week, I'll show it's my mistake. I will not blame him. It's my mistake because I didn't. I'm assuming that everybody knows the diagram. Venkat, next week we'll show the diagram. I have it. Next week we'll show that. So the three roads leading to karma, bhakti, dhyana, uparati is what he calls as uparamet. Uparamet is nothing but uparati. So withdrawal to concentration, to single pointed concentration, to samadhi. All this should happen shanaihi, shanaihi. Gradually it should happen. You can't jump. From the first step, there. Imagine the Sabrimala 18 steps. Yeah. You are not the Trivikrama, no. First step like all which is stretch and take keep the leg on the 18th step directly. You can't do that. You have to go step by step. You have to go step by step. When you are going step by step, don't jump steps. Don't jump steps. That's what in mathematical training they do that. Even if the answer is wrong, if you have followed the steps, still it will be given marks because answer is so much not irrelevant. It is following the krama. It is following the steps. It is following the sequence gradually. Are you able to follow? Therefore, withdrawal the mind from the senses, from the sense objects and the past and the future. Now, having withdrawn the mind, what do you do with that withdrawn mind? Place it in Atma. Place it in, let him get established in the self. Let him not think of anything else. Okay, you have withdrawn the mind. What do you do with the withdrawn mind? You can't keep it. For the mind, it needs a place to be Mind needs a place to focus. So what do you do the mind? You place it on the Atma, the self. Are you okay till now? Then comes the question, what is placing the mind on self? Each and everything, questions now on the answer doesn't, clarity doesn't come at all. Every word, every 3 words you break up in this few verses, questions only keeps coming. Now, what is placing it on? The self means, you can say think of orange, you can think of orange. Think of an apple, you can think of an apple. Think of an apple and don't think about anything else. When you are studying, don't think about, you can say all that. Okay, all that is understandable when it comes to the worldly things. Now, Atma, self, Brahman is not something like that. For previously, very eloquently, the definitions of Brahman is already given. What is the definition of Brahman that is already given in the past? Sir, sir, we don't know what you are referring to. Clear? Anything we say, you are not agreeing also. Clear? We say something and then you say, no, no, no. So better you only say. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. Where words and thoughts fail. Where words and thoughts tried to vent, failed and came back. Maitreya Upanishad. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. See, words and thoughts struggled so much to get there. Words and thoughts struggled so much to understand that they failed and came back. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha nirguno nishkriyo nityo nityakalpo niranjanaha nirvikaro nirakaro. It is inconceivable. It is this. It is this. It is this. In the definitions எல்லாம் கொடுத்துட்டு place the mind on that Brahman அப்படின்னா where it will place, what it will place. It's not literally placing it like that. It is a contemplative state. A contemplative state. Meditation is a contemplative state. What does the contemplative state means? For the mind, this is technical. This is what I said last week. I wanted to explain it today. For the mind to be placed, duality is necessary. You have to be different from that. Then only the mind can be placed on that. The subject and the object. To put it more precisely, the knower, the known, the actual process of knowing, knowledge. The knower, knowing, knowledge. These are the 3 things that in any experience, these 3 things exist. In every experience, in all experience, these 3 things exist. What is contemplative state means? By reflection, we have done all the preparation. You have done enough of Karma Yoga, you have done enough Shravana, Manana, all that you have all that you have done. Now you are in the contemplative state. What is that contemplative state? The knower, the known, the process of knowing, all are one and the same. கொஞ்சம் difficult. கொஞ்சம் difficult means இதனால என்ன சார் ஆகும்? What will you get out of this? What is the prayojana of this? It is the state of, it's a contemplative state. There is a subject There is an object, and then there is the interaction that is happening between the subject and the object. That is process of knowing. As far as I am concerned, I am the subject and you are the object, and we both, I should be in connect with you. Then only the process of knowing is happening. Now, I am the subject, you are the object, but the mind has gone elsewhere. It means there is no connection, there is no experience. So, what is placing the mind in the self means? What is keeping the mind in the self means? You look at the object. What do you understand when you look at the object? Whenever you look at the object, what strikes? Nama, Rupa, Guna, Karma. So, what is it? Nama, Rupa, Guna, Karma. What is the subject? Different Nama, Rupa, Guna, Karma. There is the commonality. There is something in common. Commonality la word irukkan therilla illana nammale undakala enna po all words are created by somebody. No, we will also create some new words. No, yeah. All words are created by somebody. No, who also we will also create some new words. At least and the ego we will have. Yeah. Commonality. What is the commonality? Distinct Nama Rupa Guna Karma is the subject. Distinct Nama Rupa Guna Karma is the object. Now, the interaction is happening between Nama Rupa Guna Karma. I witness it. I witness it. That is one level of contemplative state. Being a witness, Sakshi. Another level of contemplative state is I am the Satchitananda. I am the self. I am the consciousness. You take the position of the consciousness. You take the stance that you are the consciousness. That's why I said it's a contemplative state. It's a contemplative state, meaning you are so inspired to do that. You are so naturally into it. Why? Because you have done all the preparations and you have come to this point. That is implied here. Are you able to follow? So first is placing the mind on the Atman means witnessing the Nama Rupa Guna Karma. Stage number 2 is I am the Satchitananda. I am Satchitananda. I am the self. I am Atma Brahma. I am Atma Brahma. I am Atma Brahma. For you have understood, body is a temporary medium born out of Panchabhutas, and it will go back to born out of 5 elements and goes back to the 5 elements. That's why in the Antyeshti karma, see, a person before dying should have done all this. Nowadays nobody does it. So on his behalf we sit and do that. On his behalf the son or whoever does it, they do that. Let the prana merge with the prana. Let everything goes back to, because the fellow who's dying must do that and die. Yeah? That's the proper way of dying. Or you don't leave it to others to do all this. You do your duty and you die. And you think your duty means I have kept enough bank balance for my children and grandchildren, I have done my duty. What is the duty? You have to make sure that you have been arrogating the Panchabhutas and you let the... Now, since most of us die unconscious, clear? Most of us die unconscious. And most of us don't want to die only in the first place. Who wants to die? We all don't want to die only. And even if we are dying, where do we remember gratitude to the Panchabhutas and say, let the elements go back to the elements and all that? The Shastras, in their infinite compassion, understood this and they said, okay, on your behalf, yeah, what is called? Power of attorney. Yeah. What is it? What is it called? Yeah, power of attorney. Yeah. So you take the power and then you do it on that person's behalf. That's what Antyeshti is. Let the elements merge back to the elements. The body is born out of these five bhutas and it will go back to the five bhutas. It is Panchakosha and you have got nothing to do with the five koshas. This is what is called Buddhi Dhriti Grihitaya Atma Samstam Manah Kritva. Sorry, I'm explaining that. Atma Samstam Manah Kritva. Atma Samstam Manah Kritva. Na kinchit api chintayet. Do not think of anything else. Because the tendency of the mind is to slip. The tendency of the mind is to slip. Slip into what? Slip into the distractions, desires at that level. Everybody is at A level. Mind slips. Mind slips into what? The mind slips into the distractions and the disturbances. At that level, it slips. Beautifully, he says, Atma samstam manakritva na kinchit api chintaye. Do not think of anything else. Do not think of anything else. Meaning it's a command, it's a vidhi, it's a law. Do not think of anything else means Krishna is not telling you. Your intellect is telling the mind. Don't think that Krishna is telling you. Krishna is the intellect, the Shastra. So it is the intellect that is telling you, do not think of anything else. Beautiful verse. Shanai Shanai Ruparamed Buddhya Dhritigrihitaya Atma Samstam Manakritva Nakinchitapi Chintayet. Atma Samstam Manakritva is I am neither the thought or the silence. We have seen that in meditation, the thought silence. Matra, amatra. We have seen that. Om. 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 Two things here. What are the two things? The sound, silence. You are neither the sound, you are neither the silence. You are neither the sound, you are neither the silence. But witness of the sound and silence. The Atma Samstam Manakritva. Okay, this is too much to do. Krishna says, okay, clear. Rumba concentrate add little bit of water and dilute it. Who are you? You are the consciousness. And what is the consciousness? Consciousness is not part of the body. Consciousness is not product of the body. Consciousness is not property of the body. Consciousness does not perish when the body perishes. Don't ask. Huh? No, don't ask from where this for. Okay, we have seen this in the past. Consciousness is not part, product, property, nor does it get destroyed when body is destroyed. Everything perishes, but this doesn't perish. Idum konjam difficult. Okay, come one step into konjam dilution. Shanaihi, Shanaihi. இதெல்லாம் தான் Shanaihi, Shanaihi. இதுவும் முடியல. Come one step down. The subject, the knower, the known, and the process of knowing all are one. All are one. How all becomes one? Your own experience, the dream. Your own experience, the dream says, when you analyze your dream, all three is the same entity, isn't it? The same mind is the same entity is the knower, the known, the process of knowing, all are one and the same in the dream. Just as in the dream, all three appears to be different, but they are one and the same. Similarly, here also it is the same. These are all called Atma Samstam Manakritva. This is what is known as establishing the mind in the self. Establishing mind in Brahman. Establishing mind in God means all these thoughts, all these ideas, all this, what we call as contemplative state. And this thought should be continuous without interruption by any other thought. வேற எந்த தாட்டும் வந்து இதை டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்ணக்கூடாது. Too many thoughts are coming. In fact, Sunday morning தான் இது பண்ணணும்னே ஞாபகம் வருது. Rest of the days I don't even remember this. இல்லையா? At least today they have given the freedom. You can go shopping from 6 to 9. You can just go for shopping from 6 to 9 and do all your shopping. No shopping, just go out. Ukarna, it is too difficult to sit. In that state, so many thoughts are coming. What do I do? Shanaihi, Shanaihi. Go one step. You have jumped. You have jumped steps. So go one step. What is that? Identify where the thoughts are going and ask what is in there that you are going. Identify the thoughts where it is going. You pointe irukadhu. Yen porudhu? You ask. That's what intellect is. Mind says, mind has a reason. What is the reason that the mind has to go? Peace, security, happiness. இதெல்லாம் அங்கதான் இருக்கு. I want peace. I want happiness. I want security. Wherever it is, I will go. What is your problem? This is the mind answering the question. And then what the intellect says, correct. It will go with it. Huh? What does the intellect do? Examine. Examine. Shanaihi, Shanaihi. Again and again you have to do it. How long? What the thoughts anga porudho? How many ever times the thought goes there? So many times you have to do. But bore adikiradhu sir panni. Few times I did it. Bore adikiradhu. That is the problem. Where edavadhu entertaining? Yeah. Do you have any other entertaining method? Edavadhu or cinema edukalama idu patti? Yeah. Can we show it in a movie? Can we show it like this? Can we show it like this? Mind gets distracted. Shanaihi, Shanaihi. இதுவும் முடியல. Vedanta says, no, there is one more step below. What is it? Do lot of Shravana. Do lot of Shravana. அதுவும் முடியல. Next Janma we will see. What else? அதுக்கு மேல they don't have any other, they don't have anything else after that. Are you see? Are you able to follow? Shanaihi, Shanaihi. Step by step by step, it is taken care. And you don't put everything in a mixture and make a juice and drink a cocktail la panna mudiyadhu. Ella steps in cocktail la panna mudiyadinga. You have to go step by step. Shanaihi uparamet. Venkat, அந்த டயக்ராம் போடுங்க. நான் நோட்டீஸ் பண்ணிட்டேன். வெங்கட்டுக்கு ஒரே டென்ஷன். நான் போட்டதை அவர் சார் நோட்டீஸ் பண்ணாரு, இல்லை அவர் பாட்டில் பேசினே இருக்கிறாரு, இல்லை டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்டார் அவர் பேச ஆரம்பிச்சாருன்னா. See the 3 roads? Withdrawal. The entire sequence of Uparati, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi is spoken in this verse. Are you able to see now? Are you able to connect? First he spoke about Uparati, then he talks about having established, that is meditation. Let him not think of anything else. Concentration. Don't get excited while doing it. Don't get excited means you can't decide. Today is the last day of meditation. I will realize the self. You can't do like it. You can't do it like that. Shanaihi. Keep doing. When it is done with effort, it's called dharana. Uninterrupted flow is dhyana. Merged in that is samadhi. That's how it goes. Shanaihi pona enna avum? Withdrawal. There's an effort. There's an effort in withdrawal. And then what happens? There is an effort in withdrawal. What is the effort in withdrawal? That is the 3 yoga, karma, bhakti, jnana yogas. Now here the implication is we have done karma, bhakti, jnana yogas. The 3 road travel panniyaachu already. We have traveled those 3 roads and come to Uparati, and then from Uparati to dharana, to dhyana, to samadhi. That's what the topic itself is. Meditation reveals self in one and all. Verses 25 to 32. Meditation reveals self in one and all. Nakinchit apichintayet. Do not entertain any other thought. Do not entertain any other thought.
Any other thought, no?
You have chosen to think about only a few. What is it? I am neither the thought or silence, whatever the sequence is. Whenever the mind slips, bring it back to that. Whatever level you are, you bring it back to that. It will slip. That's why I said, at your level, it will keep slipping. At everybody's level, the thoughts will keep slipping. Okay, sir, அது slip ஆனா என்ன போ? So what if it slips? At least now you should not be asking this question. Why? Because if it slips, what happens? Yayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu upajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha kamat krodho vijayate krodhat bhavati sammoha sammohat smriti vibhramaha smriti vibhramshat buddhinashaha buddhinashat pranashyati. We have seen that already. Thoughts pokudadu. So what, sir, if it goes, what will happen? You will be completely destroyed. Shanai ruparamet buddhya dhriti grihitaya. Carefully follow now. In any point of time, if you ask what to do, go back to, you have to go back to Shravana Manana Karma Yoga. Whenever we talk about Karma Yoga, please understand Karma Yoga means it's a combination of karma and bhakti. Whenever we talk about Karma Yoga, otherwise people keep asking, Ungulta Bhakti illa sir. Why don't we talk about Bhakti at all? In Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga is there. In Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga is there. What to do? What to do? Whenever the question what to do comes, what is the answer you should know by yourself now. Go back to Shravana, Manana, Karma Yoga, the two pedals. The two pedals. One pedal is Shravana, Manana, the other pedal is Karma, Bhakti. The Shravana, Manana and Karma, Bhakti is what he calls as the three roads. Are you able to follow now? What he calls as the three roads is this: Shravana, Manana, and Karma and Bhakti. One pedal is Shravana, Manana, Jnana Yoga. The other pedal is the combination of Karma and Bhakti. Two pedals to the cycle. Moves forward. What the pedal which you can't do anything. Single pedal is of no use. You need to use. That's why whenever you ask what to do, the most irritating answer that you don't like to hear is go back to Shravana, Manana and Karma, Bhakti. For these are the three roads. These are the two pedals that can lead you to next stage. What is the next stage? Uparati. From Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi. Very important verse 25, where the sequence is very beautifully done. We'll take up clarifications now. Yes.
நான் the withdrawal தான் how to withdraw the mind from the object and focus on body, and withdraw from body and focus on mind. What is the exercise?
The question is, please, yeah, please explain the process of withdrawal. The process of withdrawal. Withdrawal means your priorities are all right in Artham. When your priorities are all right, when your priorities are proper priorities is what is called as withdrawal. Tomorrow the exam is coming for the child. Tomorrow the exam is coming. Previous night, World Cup football final. Exams அடுத்த 6 மாசத்துல வந்துரும் sir. Football final comes only once in 4 years. Withdrawal from the final and focus on the exam. What is the assumption here? There is a desire. What is the assumption here? There is a desire. Then only withdrawal comes. So what are you telling the desire? What is withdrawal? I am focusing on something important. Don't disturb. That's what withdrawal is. Are you able to follow? I am focusing on something important. Don't disturb. Illana too many things at the same time. Yeah. Okay. See, everybody would have known what I am going to say, no? Everybody will know what I am going to say. And you know how much time I am going to explain also. More or less you will know that also. Okay, 5-7 minutes you எடுத்து பாரு இதை எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்றதுக்கு. அதுக்குள்ள குயிக்லி ஒரு மெயில் ஆன்சர் பண்ணிடலாம். இல்லையா? அதுக்குள்ள இன்னொரு கால் முடிச்சுட்டு வந்துடலாம். அதுக்குள்ள ரோஸ்டர் ரெடி பண்ணி வச்சுட்டு வந்துடலாம். இல்லையா? So that breakfast is what is withdrawal? Mind has so many things to do along with this also. Are you able to follow? It's not the mind doesn't have anything else. Mind has so many things to do You have so many things to do along with this also. Now, what does withdrawal means? What does withdrawal means? Keeping it aside. Keeping them aside. When you are keeping it aside, what happens? That disturbs more, isn't it? You tell yourself that I'm going to fast on Ekadasi. Yeah. Navami Lende, you will start thinking about food so much, no? Dashamila, it will come. Your blood pressure is there, diabetes is there, so much is there. Therefore, what is the conclusion? Don't fast on Ekadasi. That's all. Are you able to follow? You choose to withdraw, mind comes up with so many reasons and justifications preventing you from withdrawing. So what is withdrawal now? I am doing something important. Be aside for a while. When you say be aside for a while, give it an assurance that I will come back to you. I will come back and attend to you na tomorrow. I will come back and attend to you. அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு in Sravana Manana, what are you doing? What are you doing in Sravana Manana? You are making an effort to understand the hollowness, the emptiness of it. So next time when you go back to it, the intensity with which you run behind becomes less. Are you able to follow how it works? So what is withdrawal? First is reassessing the priorities. How do you reassess the priorities? The higher comes first. The lower has to be sacrificed for the higher. The lower has to be sacrificed for the higher. Are you able to follow? Using this formula, everybody individually can tailor make their own withdrawal. That's why Shastra never tells you withdraw from A, withdraw from B, withdraw from C. It never gives you the list. It gives you the basic formula which everybody can adapt according to their capacity, according to their situation. What is the formula of withdrawal? Priorities. Are you able to follow? Mind will not cooperate. You don't tell the mind, you don't frustrate the mind. How do you seek cooperation from the mind? Exactly how you deal with the person who is working at home. So வேலை ஒழுங்கா பண்ணுப்பா, பின்னாடி போட்டு கொடுக்குறேன், you say no. Do the work now. எல்லாம் போட்டு சேர்த்து போட்டு கொடுக்குறேன். So mind is cooperating. Are you able to follow what I am saying? Mind, now the fellow is doing the work properly. And then finally you say, பேசின கூலி தான் ஒன்றும் கிடையாது, போயிட்டு வா. You don't do that. You don't do that literally. Are you able to follow? So you tell the mind that you are not suffocating it, you are not paying attention to it, you will come back to it. You will come back to it later. This is what is called assessing the priorities and withdrawal. One example. வெயில் உட்கார்ந்தா வேர்க்குதுன்னு ஏசி ஹால் வி வாண்ட். ஏசி போட்டா ஏசி ரொம்ப ஜாஸ்தியா இருக்குதுன்னு பாடி கோஸ் இன்டு shivering. Are you able to follow? What is withdrawal means? You choose to do it for a period of time and nothing else disturbs. Nothing else disturbs. Nothing else disturbs. You may be thirsty. Okay, I'm doing something important. I don't have to keep sipping. I don't have to keep sipping water all the time. Let me be, please, sir, don't do all that. Don't take it literally. And if you end up in ICU, I'm not responsible. Keep sipping water, keep sipping coffee, keep having breakfast also. I don't Huh? I don't bother. Are you able to follow? Now, what it means is you are able to segregate and say no. This is the process of withdrawal. Senses. At the level of the mind, what do you withdraw from? What do you withdraw at the level of the mind? Whenever that 5 comes, mind nale 5. Remember that. What is that 5? What is the 5? Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Matsarya, Bhaya. Whenever any of this 5 comes, what do you tell yourself? What do you tell yourself? I am not going to act on it. Let me get angry, but I will shout 30 minutes later. Tell that to yourself. Are you able to follow? I'll get angry now, but I will shout 30 minutes later. Now, what will happen? Guess பண்ணுங்க, what will happen? At the end of the 30th minute, you will be laughing. That is called, are you able to follow? You withdraw. This is how you withdraw. Now comes the formula. Flipping the impulsive nature of the mind and the senses is withdrawal. Any attempt you make to flip the impulsive nature of the mind and the senses is called withdrawal. Are you able to follow? This is called withdrawal. And how do you do that? Shanaihi, Shanaihi. What Swamiji puts it very beautifully as the sense of value and the sense of proportion. The sense of value and the sense of proportion. Shanaihi, Shanaihi means the sense of value and the sense of proportion. What is sense of value and sense of proportion? Medicine and dosage. You have the right medicine and it has to be taken at the right dosage at the right time. That's called Shanaihi, Shanaihi. Oh, this is the cure. No, you can't empty the strip in one day, no? It is the cure. Therefore, if I take 3, the disease will go faster. You may take 3. What will happen to the disease? You will end up in a greater disease. Coma, you will end up in. You able to follow? Shanaihi, Shanaihi means what? The sense of value and the sense of proportion. And what is the sense of value and the sense of proportion? The medicine, the dosage at the right time. Clear? This is what is called withdrawal at the level of the mind, withdrawal at the level of the senses, and there is nothing to withdraw at the level of the intellect. There is nothing to withdraw at the level of the intellect. Intellect has to be alert to make sure that the senses and the mind do not impulsively. The intellect has to be alert to make sure that the senses and the mind do not rush behind anything because of temptation. This alertness is called, are you able to follow? This alertness is called withdrawal. When will that alertness come? You will be alert, no? When you know that the thief may enter, you will be alert. Who's the thief? Who's the thief? Who's the thief? Answer. Sankalpa, the thought. Sankalpa prabhavan kaman. Previous verse. Sankalpa prabhavan kaman, the thought. Thought varumbode, when the intellect is alert and aware, it can hold it. How does the intellect become alert and aware? That I have already explained. Wherever the mind goes, don't forcefully take the mind away. Examine where the mind is going. Examine where the mind is going and find out for what the mind is going there. Are you able to follow? This is the starting point of withdrawal. Do this practice. Don't bring the mind back. Wherever the mind goes, ask, why are you going there? For what are you going there? What is it that you are thinking that you are going to get from that? Then examine whether what you are seeking and where the mind is going, does it supply? You have a demand, the mind is going there, intellect is asking, you have a demand, can the object supply? Yes, take it. What you are demanding and the object cannot supply that, no? You have to say, are you able to follow? You have to say what? No. That saying no is withdrawing. Are you able to follow? That saying no is withdrawing. That's why we do so much of analysis about the world, so much of analysis about each and everything, because the mind keeps going there. And then we want to pull it back. How to pull it back? You can't pull it back like that. Cooperate with the mind first. Okay, you are going there. Let us examine what you are wanting from that. Invariably, what do you want? Invariably, what are you wanting? Peace, security, happiness. You want to be happy, you want to be peaceful, and you want to feel secure. So you think, if I have X amount of bank balance, I will get all these three. Then the next question is what? Are you zero? No. You have something. If this something is not giving you that, what makes you to believe adding up the numbers is going to give you that? You ask yourself this question. This is called practicing. This is called practicing withdrawal. This is called practicing withdrawal. You ask these questions. Okay, there are fellows who are having that. Ask them, are they secure? Okay, you don't have it. Somebody is having it. Instead of feeling jealousy about that person, ask that person, okay, you are having it. Are you secure? The person says, enna kepangalo, I am in. Who will come and ask from me? I'm constantly sitting in that fear. So Vedanta Institute Madras lindu phone vandadunna kandipa edho keka poranga artham. Otherwise, why will they call? Yeah. Ingita onnume illa sir, no, why will they? Are you able to follow? If you don't have it, one, you have it, something else. Therefore, what do you understand? You have a demand, but the supply is not from there. You have a demand, but the supply is not from there. If you understand your demand is there, but the supply is not from there, what do? Withdraw from there. And then the mind asks, okay, you have told me it is not there, but where it is now? And the answer we know already. Where it is now, Manohar. Correct, he gave in yourself. That was the Shankaracharya of this group. That's why he gave the answer. Where is it? It's there. That answer we know already. It is not there. But where is it? It is in you. In you means what? Again and again and again you go through this Shravana. Are you able to follow? Again and again and again you keep doing this till the mind has understood what? Demand and supply. Yeah. You want to study medicine and don't go and sit in a law college. Demand and supply. You want to study law and don't go sit in medical college. See the demand, see the supply. This is called withdrawal. This constant thinking, this constant analysis is called withdrawal. And you can't keep doing this 24/7 and all. Don't try all this, sir. 24/7 and all you do. Disclaimer potage already. We are not responsible for. You do it for a period of time in a day. At that period of time, don't keep anything else to do. You do this only for a period of time in a day, and for that period, in that period, do not do anything. This is called Uparamet, withdrawal. Yeah.
Over what you senses when the sense organ, sense object that they into the intellect will ask sense organs.
Not every time. She is asking every time when the senses go to the sense object, do you do that? Not every time, not 24/7. When you have decided to do Shravana, Manana, Karma Yoga, at that point of time, you are supposed to do this. Not 24/7. Because if you do 24/7, you will go. You will be so frustrated. You will be so suppressed. You will go mad. That's not what he is saying. Shanaihi, Shanaihi. When you have chosen to do something higher, at that point of time, you do this. And then gradually increase the period of time you are in contact with the higher. Go gradually. Not immediately 24/7. Not every time. In the period that you have decided to do. Are you able to follow? Only in that period that you have decided to do. Not 24/7. Then Shanaihi has no relevance. 24/7 you do not, then where is Shanaihi comes. You have decided to spend 1 hour on reflection. You have decided to do 1 hour of Shravana. In that 1 hour of Shravana and 1 hour of reflection, do not allow these things to happen. That's all. Rest of the time, indulge. What do you do rest of the time? What do you do rest of the time? Perform obligatory actions. Keep doing actions. What kind of actions? Nitya Naimittika Karma. Keep doing Nitya Naimittika Karma. 2 pedals. Remember the 2 pedals. Don't keep asking the same question again and again. Remember the two pedals. Are you able to follow? Do Karma Yoga rest of the time. Then what is that time for indulgence? TV time எப்போதான் வச்சுக்கிறது பின்ன? Movie time எப்போதான் வச்சுக்கிறது பின்ன? Yeah. Music time எப்போதான் வச்சுக்கிறது? Family time வேணாமா சார்? இதே பண்ணிருந்தா அப்புறம் family time வேணாமா? Family time வேணும், music time வேணும், entertainment time வேணும். Prioritize. Are you able to follow? Prioritize. Don't impulsively switch on the television. Fix a time and switch on. And the time don't do. And the time don't sit and think what a waste of time watching TV. You don't do that at that point of time. This is called priority. Are you able to follow? So simple it is. It's not difficult at all. It's very simple. That schedule that you have chosen is Nitya Naimittika Karma. What is Nitya Naimittika Karma? You have a schedule to follow. That schedule becomes your Nitya Naimittika. That schedule is the Nitya Karma. Sometimes you are flexible enough to do Naimittika. Yeah. Sometimes you are flexible to do. Are you able to follow? This is how withdrawal happens. Don't engage in a conversation. Don't keep on raising the hand. He asks a question, there is an answer given. Don't think that you are so smart that you can ask clarification straight away from what you have heard. Think. Think for a while and then come back. Don't keep on. Oh, she is asking clarification. அதெல்லாம் தைரியமா இப்பதான் சொல்ல முடியுமா? I'm showing off only now. Shailesh, you know that, no? Yeah, I'm showing off. அதெல்லாம் இங்க தான் I'm showing off. Class முடிஞ்சோடனே நாராயண்ஜி, I am like, after a class you come and see, you will not know where I am in the house. Don't engage in a conversation. When something is told, think about it and then come back later. Most of the times you won't come back later at all. Why? Because question itself is forgotten. It means the questioning is also very impulsive. Have you ever observed, even in this class, so many times I have said we will take it up next week and it doesn't start with it at all. Because most of it is forgotten. Why? Because it is very impulsive. Then it becomes a conversation. It's not a conversation. Are you able to follow? Verse number 25 is what? 26 we will not do today because 26 is another important verse for where he is going to talk about the asthira and chanchala nature of the mind, the definition of the mind. You look at the irony. The topic is Dhyana Yoga, and what is he talking about? Are you able to see what he is trying to say? The chapter is called Yoga of Meditation. And what is he talking about right through the mind? Because you don't get into meditation without adequate preparation. That's why even in this chapter of meditation, 2 verses he spoke about meditation, that's all. Again, he's not going to talk about it at all. He will be talking about Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, all that he will be talking about. Karma, Bhakti, he will be talking about. Knowledge, analysis, he will be talking about. That single pointedness, he never. From this, what do we understand? The way in which the meditative practices are done, the way in which meditative practices are practiced is of no use, is of no relevance. Is of no use, is of no relevance. We'll take up the other clarifications.
Bharat and then Venkatachalam.
Bharat.
Namaskar, Guruji.
Yes, Bharat. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. There's some technical issue, unmuting and all.
Yes, yes.
Guruji, just I need one clarification.
Yeah.
When you explained in this class about when we see an object,
Yes.
we see the Nama, Rupa, Guna, and Karma.
Yes.
These are the 4 aspects of the object.
Yes.
And then we are saying the same thing within ourselves, right? And then we are saying how the whole thing interacts, and we witness that. That is
Yes.
what you're supposed to do.
Correct.
I need a small clarification between guna and karma. The reason is,
Yes.
in karma is mostly we are looking at prarabdha karma here, and that is how it shapes up.
Yes.
And the guna is basically, is it not a byproduct of the karma? The reason is that whatever you think you be, so the guna is basically reflective of what that is. So why is it that guna has been separated from the karma here?
Yeah. Now, first is the four things: nama, rupa, guna, karma. Name and form, property. A karma here means a unique set of activities that is exclusive to that object. Karma here means a unique set of activity that is exclusive only to that object. Like for example, you have a spanner. Karma. It has a nama, it has a rupa, it has the guna and karma. Now what is guna here? Property. Property comes from where? What you are saying is property comes from karma. Isn't it? Property comes from karma. Property here, we mean property here as in a distinctiveness to that object. That gives distinctiveness to that object is what we call as property. It has its own distinctiveness. So it has a distinct name, it has a distinct nama, it has a distinct form, it has a distinct property, it has a distinct unique action. Where did it come from? We are not analyzing that here. We are segregating it into four, and that four will resolve into the three, and the three will resolve into two. Nama, Rupa, Guna, Karma, the four will resolve into three. Nama, Rupa, Karma. That three will resolve into two. Nama, Rupa, names and forms. So you find we always talk about name and form, name and form, name and form. Guna and karma we don't bring in at all. But I keep bringing it in so that for manana you need that reflection. To reflect, you need that four. So distinctiveness of the object and distinctiveness of the subject is only because of the difference of nama rupa, nama rupa. So here the guna is a product of action, the past action. What you are saying is the present guna is the product of the past action. That's what you are saying. The present guna is a product of the past action. Then why do we say that like that? Why do we say it like that? To give more data to make the analysis more precise, more detailed. That is the reason that we give this. Now, if you start analyzing the nama rupa guna karma, guna will resolve into karma. And the guna and karma itself will resolve into nama rupa. And the nama rupa is the last dvandva. The pairs of. So it is a further elaboration of it. Is it okay, Bharat? Yeah, yes.
Sir, I will, yeah, this is very much in line, and very much I would like to think more, but the further question I had was, see, while finally it's all about shape, rupa only. The nama is given by us, right?
Right.
So basically we name, for example, we see a rose, we say this is a rose.
Yes.
It may not be a rose, we just named it. That's a nama. But the rupam is something which has come on its own. We have nothing to do with it. It
Correct.
all comes from the design of the nature and the Almighty. That's all it is.
Correct.
And so again, the question is, why is Nama coming here? Because for me, everything is a shape. Ultimately, it will come down to a shape. I
Yes.
see a rock. There is
Yes.
no difference between a rock, stone, anything like that. The shape of the rock is there.
Correct.
The properties of the rock is important because it is hard and all that. So
Correct.
why the name is being asked here? Because name is from our own
Yes.
creation.
Now, name comes first, because if I do not give it a name, I can never distinguish. In order to, let us say there are 10 of us sitting here. Now, I want to call you. There are 10 of us sitting here, and I want to call you. How do I do that? Name. Obviously, we have given the name, correct? Lion doesn't know that it is called a lion, no? Correct? The lion doesn't know that it is called a lion. The rose doesn't know that it is called a rose. The sun, sun, doesn't know that it is called the sun. Naming is very important because the name in a split second gives you a comprehensive idea of what it is completely. That's why we started naming things. To an extent where we started naming the cyclones, no? To an extent where we start even naming. Nama, we have given it. The hardness of the rock, we have given it. Because it is according to the design of your senses, it is appearing hard. Imagine if you have a different touch. It is the 5 senses, correct? Now, the rock is appearing hard. According to what sense organ? The skin. Supposing if your skin is made of a different texture, the same rock will appear differently. So it means Nama, Rupa, Guna, Karma, all that is of the. This is where Vedanta takes it to the ultimate and say, the world that you see is your own. The world that you see is your own creation. The world that you see is your own creation. You are able to see it because of your eyes have a particular frequency, your ears have a particular frequency, the skin can detect a few, the tongue can detect a few. So, all the Nama, Rupa, Guna, Karma is dissolved into what? All the Nama, Rupa, Guna, Karma will dissolve into where? Senses. All the world dissolves into the senses. The world dissolves into the senses dissolve into the mind dissolve into the intellect. Where does the intellect dissolve? In the Supreme. Indriyani paranyahuhu indriyebhya param manaha manasastu parabuddhehe yo buddhehe paratastu saha. So we see the Nama, Rupa, Guna, Karma and we dissolve it in the senses. We see the senses and we dissolve it in the mind. We see the mind and we dissolve it in the intellect. We see the intellect and it is dissolved in Brahman. The moment it is dissolved in Brahman, what do you see? Brahman everywhere. So what is seeing Brahman everywhere means? The world dissolves into the senses dissolving into the mind is dissolving into the intellect, and the intellect dissolves into Brahman. Are you able to see? So you should dissolve. The problem is so much of analysis is done so that you synthesize everything and keep dissolving it. When you are dissolving it, it has to be done so precisely, so accurately. Therefore, we elaborate it as much as possible. Are you able to follow, Bharat? Beautiful mantra is the verse number 42, chapter 3. I think I'm giving the right reference only. Indriyani paranyahuhu indriyebhya param manaha. Kathopanishadliye ad 5 vaati varum. 5 times the same thing is repeated in the Upanishad. Indriyani paranyahuhu, meaning for the senses to become superior, world is already dissolved here. What is implied here? What is implied here? World is dissolved already. So the starting point becomes the senses. Normally speaking, the starting point should be the world, no? But then he starts with the senses. Why? Because the world is already dissolved into the senses. Upanishadic level, a few things are understood already. What are the few things? The world is dissolved into the senses. Now, what is the world? Nama, Rupa, Guna, Karma. So, Guna gets resolved in Karma, and the two gets resolved into the two get resolved into the one, and the one goes back to the senses. Nama, Rupa, Guna, Karma. Yada base panni varudhu? Per se, it is not there. It is our senses that is giving it. அப்படின்னா சென்சஸ் அதை இமேஜின் பண்றதா? No. Something is there. என்னமோ இருக்குங்க. Something is there. The senses interpreted with this. Are you able to follow? Very, very. These are the analysis that makes you contemplative straight away. Something is there. And to make sense of that something, you give it a Nama, Rupa, Guna, Karma. Vedanta comes and says, dissolve that, dissolve that, dissolve that. Then final conclusion is, ennamo one irukudhe. What is that? Ennamo one irundhude. What is that? Brahman. Are you able to follow? Bharat. Something is there because of which the senses are interpreting it like that. So the Nama, Rupa, Guna, Karma itself is because of what? The senses interpretation. And where all the senses dissolve into mind. Where does the mind dissolve into? The intellect. Where does the intellect dissolve into? Yo buddhehe paratastu saha. He. அவர்தான் பெரியவர் இருக்கிறது இல்லையா? He is the highest. He is the highest. He is called Anadi also. He is called Sashvata. He is called Anadi. It's eternal. So, senses illama, what is there? See that. Mind illama, see what is there. Intellect illama, see what is there. To do that, we have to negate what the senses see, what the mind see. Are you able to follow? Sir, இதெல்லாம் வேதாந்தம் தெரிஞ்சுன்னா வந்திருக்கவே மாட்டோம் சார் கிளாஸுக்கு. We would not have come to these classes if you said வேற ஏதோ வேதாந்தம் சொல்லி ஏமாத்தி உள்ள கொண்டு வந்து இப்ப எல்லாம் ஒரே இல்லையா head splitting thing you are doing.
Ultimately, Vedanta is also Nama Rupa, sir.
Correct. That's why Swapna Simhavat. Adike per vachta. What is Vedanta? Adum part of the same phenomena. Yatho vacho nivartante aprapya manasasara. Taitira Upanishad. Adha patti pesunale onnu solla mudiyadha. Yatho vacho nivartante aprapya manasasara. Where words and thoughts fought so much, tried so much, and then finally they gave up. And the point when they give up, it reveals. Lazy உட்கார்ந்து reveal பண்ணோம்னா it will not reveal. We have to make an effort. Yeah, like mutti mutti மோதணும் they say. Yeah, like the rock it is. That ignorance is like that solid rock. You have to keep hitting it. You have to keep hitting it. You have to keep hitting it. And then it reveals. And then it reveals. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. Taittiriya Upanishad. Shrotrasya Shrotra, Kenopanishad. Isavasyam idam sarvam. Isavasya Upanishad. Personally, apara vidya. You say something, it is apara. Mundaka Upanishad. Vedanta class, apara vidya. No doubt about it. What is that? What is the doubt? Apara. Om apara. Apara. Silence. Silence in Vartaya Sona, that is also apara. But I am feeling it inside apara. Mundaka Upanishad. That final revelation, that final state where Brahman gets revealed. Is it okay, Bharat? Yeah. Can't hear you. You're saying.
I'm saying more than okay. நிறைய விஷயம் இருக்குதுல்ல, ஏதோ நான் சின்ன கேள்வி கேட்டு இவ்வளவு பெருசு. ரொம்ப நன்றி சார். தேங்க்யூ வெரி மச்.
Venkatachala.
My question relates to the subject of mind and intellect.
Yes.
I know that we are gaining an intellectual understanding.
Yes.
And from this, to transform to a stage where every moment, every minute of my life,
Yes.
I practice this intellectual understanding. That's the
Yes.
stage that I
Yeah.
come to. And
Yes.
you made a point is withdraw the mind and rest it on the Atman or our own self. That point, you didn't say keep the intellect on the self.
Yes.
You made a point with only mind. But
Yes.
mind is a continuously like a video camera. It forms a vritti.
Yes.
But it won't stop because that is the nature. When you
Correct.
say withdraw,
Yes.
what exactly you mean? You stop that or keep changing, keep moving it towards ourselves?
Keep moving it towards the self.
Oh, okay.
Make the flow towards the self. It's a flow.
It's a flow. You
flow.
cannot make it. You cannot change it.
You cannot put a dam and stop it.
Yeah, damn it.
You cannot dam it. You cannot raise a wall and stop the thought. See, what people do in the name of meditation is they think that you have to put the wall and stop the flow. That is not meditation. That is, you go, either you fall off to sleep or you go mad. Only these two things will happen when the thought is damped like that. So what is meditation? Redirecting the flow. Redirecting the flow. It is the flow. It is redirecting it. And this redirecting it, what happens is, it is exactly like this. Remember this. For you to feel healthy throughout the day, follow this example. For you to feel healthy throughout the day, do you keep exercising the whole day? Do you exercise the whole day? Exercise is done only for, are you able to follow what I'm saying? If you have to feel healthy the whole day, do you feel exercising the whole day? The idea is you have to feel healthy. You do it for a period of time, that takes care of the rest of the day. You don't do it 24/7. People misunderstand as though it has to be done 24. You can't, in order to feel healthy 24/7, keep exercising 24/7. What will happen? Yeah, muscle tear, ligament tear, bones are broken. Are you able to follow? You don't exercise the whole day, but you exercise a period, and that strength is enough to keep it going. Shanaihi, Shanaihi. Shanaihi, Shanaihi. It's the mind. Are you able to follow? But then the problem that everybody has is how to do it 24/7. How to be healthy 24/7? Exercise for 1 hour. But sir, அது எப்படி 1 hour exercise எப்படி போறோம் 23 hours? முதல்ல 1 hour exercise பண்ணி பாருங்க for 6 months, then you will. No. Are you able to follow? That's how it works. So it is not stopping the flow. You don't create a wall and stop the flow. You cannot do that. If you do that, the mind rebels. It is frustrated, it is suppressed, it is repressed. That's why meditation leads to suppression, repression, frustration. Why? Because they think meditation means stop. Vedanta says it's not stopping, it is a flow. That's why even in the last stage of meditation, Om, Matra, Amatra is also a flow. Are you able to follow? Even the last stage, Matra, Amatra is also a flow. A time comes where the flow stops by itself. A time comes where the flow stops by itself. That point is self-realized. So all that you have to do is what? Direct the flow. Mind is the flow of thought. Intellect is that which keeps the direction. And whenever the mind comes out of that direction, what the intellect does? Go back. Go back. Derail ஆகும்போது it says go back, go back. Where do you get this alertness from? The 1 hour of Shravana Manana is enough. 1 hour of Shravana Manana is enough to bring the alertness. You don't need to do Shravana Manana. Sorry. Shravana you can do a lot. 1 hour of Manana. Shravana you can do a little bit more also. That's okay. Are you able to follow? Manana. 1 hour of Manana. 1 hour of Manana ரொம்ப asking for too much. என்னாலே 1 மணி நேரம் மனனம் பண்ண முடியுமா தெரியல எனக்கு இன்னும். I don't know whether I would be able to do it. நான் உட்கார்ந்து பேசின்னு இருக்கிறேன் இல்லையா? பிஸ்தா மாதிரி, isn't it? So that 1 hour of Mananam itself is enough to give the strength. Just as you don't exercise the whole day in order to be fit. You exercise only for a fixed time. And that is enough. Shanaihi, Shanaihi. Do that. Is it okay, Venkatachalam? No, you are on mute. I'm not able to hear you.
I have understood that. So,
Yeah.
but the intellect
Yes.
always stays on the path. Intellect doesn't have any.
No. Intellect keeps the mind on the path.
It keeps a mind on the path, but
Yes.
intellect is always convinced, or the
Yes.
conviction of the intellect is 100%
Exactly.
on the path.
That's the right word. The intellect is so convinced because of the Shravana Manana, it keeps the mind in the path. How it is convinced? As an example, wherever the mind goes, ask the mind. Demand and supply stories on more stories on. I remember what all I said.
It's also the beautiful explanation of the Katha Upanishad, the chariot, where
Yes.
the charioteer, the intellect,
Correct.
always holds the reins, the mind.
Exactly correct.
That metaphor is so beautifully fits in this.
That's the metaphor. It keeps it. Krishna the chariot. Yeah, the intellect. He keeps it. It is the charioteer. The Krishna keeps it steady.
Sure.
He is not breaking the legs of the horses and making it not run. Yeah. Charioteer doesn't break the legs of the horses. Vachupota, what are there? Problem solved? No. No. He doesn't do that. He directs it. So what is the role of the intellect? Directing the mind and the senses. To direct the mind and the senses, the intellect has to be fortified. Where does it get the material to fortify itself? Exclusive subject, Vedanta. Vedanta is the exclusive subject, which is created, Bharat, again Namarupada, which is created for the purpose of strengthening the intellect. And that intellect keeps it steady. And beautiful is that verse 42, chapter 3. The formula mari vechukunadu. And the hierarchy is very clearly the hierarchy is established there. Don't miss. Certain formula verses I keep repeating again and again and again. Asato vidyate bhavaha, one formula. Dhyayato vichayan pumsaha, another formula. Indriyani paranyahu, another formula. Verse number 25 that we read just now, the diagram. Verse number 26 that we are going to do next week. No guarantee. Next week we are going to meet again. Yeah. What a guarantee that I am giving you, and you are also nodding the head. Next week we are going to do the discussion of the definition of the mind, Asthira and Chanchala. So all these verses are the formulas that you should not forget. Is it okay, Venkatachala? We conclude and we start with verse number 26 onwards, where we will talking about the mind, the connection of the mind and intellect. Connection of the mind and intellect. That's the mind is separate, intellect is separate, but they are not two separate entities. Beautifully is going to describe that. Verse number 26 next week.